We've been talking a lot about labyrinths, and joining us again is Dave Brown, the Landscape Design Coordinator for OSU, and he helped us install a labyrinth here at the Botanic Gardens at OSU. Dave, tell us a little bit about how this labyrinth is different than the one on campus.
There's a few differences. The one on campus is more of an original labyrinth. We wanted to do something very unique for the campus. This one is actually a classical labyrinth. Some call it a Cretan labyrinth. Others refer to it as a seven-circuit labyrinth. So this is one that's actually been found in different parts of the world in our history of the world. So,
you mean you're referencing the pattern? It's a traditional pattern?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And it's actually a pretty sizable labyrinth. I mean, it takes a good 20 minutes to walk this whole thing.
It does, yeah. It doesn't look like it would, but if you start walking it, you'll find out pretty quickly. I think we calculated that it was somewhere a little over a half a mile, I believe.
Wow. And now the materials we use here are obviously very different. In fact, this is kind of more of a low maintenance, lower cost installation project here. We've just used mowed Bermuda grass.
Right, the important part of a labyrinth is the path, not the expense put into it. And this is a labyrinth that shows that you can do this very inexpensively. And that's what we did here to see how it would fit into the space and to see how people would respond to it as well. But that's all we've done here is just mowed the pattern into the path.
And what are the plans, because we're in the fall, so we'll be going into the winter soon. What happens with this? Will we lose our pattern here, or what are the plans for it?
It's possible, but we've talked about a few options. You can flag it out to try to hold the form, but I think probably the better option is if we overseed it. And so we overseed it with a cool season grass. The one we've talked about is maybe a rye. A grain rye would do great, similar to what we do on campus. And that could help us hold the pattern, stay green through the winter, and then when we get back into the growing season, let the Bermuda outcompete it.
And what I love about this is anyone could do this in their backyard, really. I mean, again, there's no materials involved here other than just mowing your Bermuda. There's one feature that you guys actually took into mind, and that was how wide your mower is, right?
Correct, yeah. You definitely don't want to make it very hard to maintain, because if it's hard to maintain, you might get 2 weeks into the summer and decide a labyrinth might not be worth it. But if it's the width of a mower and you can just take a mower through it, even mowing can become quite zen.
And so now when you did this, you spray painted the pattern. And so if a homeowner was to do this at home, they could use spray paint or they could just start mowing, kind of, right? But if the pattern didn't turn out to be the right way, then you just mow it all down and start again.
No harm, no foul.
Excellent.
On this one, the way we did it, there's several ways to go about. We started, we're going to lay this out with GIS, but we changed the location. So what we did here is we just staked the center point, got rope, and then we measured it out that way. And so a guy named Bill Hilson came out and was very kind to do that for us.
Well, it's a beautiful and very simple labyrinth as far as the design goes. Why did they choose to be out here kind of amongst the trees to do it?
Well, this is actually a great place. If you pause for a second, you can hear the insects and you can hear the birds. The fall is coming, we'll be able to hear the rustling leaves. So it's a really good place to kind of take your mind off things and to lower that blood pressure and to be able to focus just a little bit more.
Now, a lot of people might not have the room to do a labyrinth. Is there a place that they could go to find more labyrinths around the state?
There is a website, it's a Labyrinth Locator, and it'll tell you all of the places that you can find them. There's different universities and there's different hospitals and some churches that all have these that are open to the public.
Well, we now have 3 here in Stillwater, but if you're not in Stillwater, take advantage of that website and go find your local labyrinth.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.